Hello, hello. Karina Webb, psychic medium here for another Friday night. As you can see, I've got my headphones in and I better get them out if I'm to talk to you. So I've just been listening to music, so that's really enjoying, and it's also relaxing, and it's also can be sort of can give you a state of great feeling as well. So that's what I've just been doing. So I'll just take these out. So welcome to the show, who will be joining us tonight. So for those that do not know me, I am Karina Webb, psychic medium. You will see me around doing some live events from time to time. Jump onto my psychic medium page. It's a public page, and if you want to know anything, jump on the link below for any readings or anything, any sessions whatsoever that you'd like to touch base with me on. Just jump on to work with me page when you jump on the link, and you will see all the services there. Okay, so now we get away with that. Look, tonight I want to talk about, struggling in your life, struggling in our lives. We all struggle in our lives, don't we? There's not a soul here that doesn't struggle, in our lives. We would be probably lying if we didn't, yeah? And, we're all going through retrograde at the moment. But, we can't all blame it on retrograde. And we have to understand that, no matter what is going on with the planets, whatever's going on around us, we have to come back inside us and work with ourselves on whatever level that needs to be worked on for us. It's so important. Now, I know myself, I have many different types of demands that need to be met. And so for me, a good example, as I showed you before, I put the headphones in and I listen. I listen to music, great vibrational music, or I listen to maybe someone talking to me, even though at times I just drift off and I don't listen to them at all because I'm sort of used to hearing it. But what it really does is it helps put you in a state of a different frame of mind, to where if you were in your conscious mind and you've got all this stuff going around that allows you to bombard you with from life and life itself and the things and the people. And so we have to then start to go to that place of I suppose many may call it selfishness, but I don't feel it's selfishness. I feel it is a place of that inner self, that, the divine source is always in us, with us, and so it's that place that we know is the better place. But we know what? Sometimes we can't always do that, can we? And we have so many things that are coming in front of us, and it's like, what do we do first? Which thing? It's all coming all at once. And I know, people have been talking to me about in readings and everything. Oh, everything is just bombarding me. I've got this demand, and I've got that demand, and I've got so many other demands coming in, and I'm not sure how to cope with that. Well, I think each soul is very different on how they cope with it. Some might be able to walk on the beach, and some might be able to go and sit and find themselves, sitting in that quiet space and being one with the universe. But sometimes, it's like we've got to live life. And I think what we really need to do is we need to retrain the mind, okay, to allocate all these things that are going on in our world. Because let's face it, when we were a child, we didn't have a care in the world. We didn't have all these things like technology and stuff we had to deal with. We didn't have the people in our lives either coming to see us. We didn't have, bills coming in. We didn't have all these stresses of family bothering us. Or, you know, work demands, the things that our bosses want from us, or, you know, training we have to do, and, you know, just so many things that can bombard us all at once. And we think to ourselves, oh my gosh, where do we go from here? What do we do? Well, you know, as I said, everybody has their very own strategy or strategies to help them with coping with that. And for me, when I do work on the computer, or if I do, you know, any form of work that's regarding the computer, or you know, work from, you know, my, from other quarters, I stick the headphones in and I listen to, because it just takes me away from the world of that stress, if you like, that you're in the moment of doing. So if, say, for example, you've got an assignment that needs to be done, or if, you know, and you're studying something there and you've got assignments that have got to get done, or if you're needing to, you know, do things that you know you need to do, but you want to keep throwing it to the back burner, and you go, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know which one to do first, because they're all coming at once. You know, this person needs me, that person needs me, and sometimes it all becomes too much. And so I feel the first thing that we need to do if we get in that place is ask the universe, ask the source, okay, the divine father, whoever you feel that connection to you is, okay, ask the divine father for clarity within your mind, okay, ask for not only the clarity but the serenity to help you through, okay. What's actually happening here is, I'll explain that in a minute. So, you know, just asking the universe to help you have that serenity so that you can cope with all the little demands and things that are coming in. And yes, retrograde's here, and we can blame it on retrograde if we like, but at the end of the day, we have to come to that mindset that says to us, okay, you know, it doesn't matter if we're in a planet's in retrograde or not. The thing is this: how are we going to cope with these things, you know? And we really haven't been trained or to focus on one thing and get it done. Or we haven't been programmed, you know, to juggle so many balls all at the same time. So, so then how, when it comes about, how do we deal with that, you know? You know, if you look at yourself, if you're a boss, you know, there's so many demands that come to you, and it's about, you know, just making the strategies on how you can work, whether you're a boss or you're not, you know. And for me, I think, as I said, the first thing would be to ask. I can just feel spirit ones wanting to come in. No, they're not coming in. So, but I'm just letting them. They're just making me aware is what they're doing. Excuse me for a minute. Yeah, so making it aware to the universe. They already know, you know. Your spirit team know what you're under, what the pressure you're under, and you wouldn't be given all this stuff if you couldn't cope with it. However, sometimes we need the help of you know, the universe to give us that support system there. They do have our back to help us, but it's the mental mind here that gets us moving and in a bit of a tizzy as well. So, you know, number one, we must ask for, you know, getting them to help us bring clarity and serenity in the mind, okay? Healing, if you want to, healing the mind, healing the soul, healing everything that you feel like, and also putting healing into the areas that you are having some challenges with, or, you know, some discomfort with, because then the universe has it, and you then feel like, well, okay, my spirit team are looking after it. I don't need to look after it. All I need to do is do what I need to do from this end, okay? And that can be a huge, and I mean huge, big release off your shoulders, off your mental mind. You've got to release that, okay? And visualize like a bucket coming down from the universe and putting all your worries, all your concerns, all your struggles, all the demands that haven't been met yet, and even if it's things to do with your life, like with family, relationships, anything, put all your concerns and worries into this bucket, right? So you visualize in your mind the bucket, and you put it all into the bucket, and then you raise it up, okay, and let the universe take hold of it. But you mustn't worry about it, because they already know what you're going through, but they know that you can handle it, because you're a very strong soul. Each and every one of us are very strong souls, and so they just know what you're capable of doing, okay? But look, in coming back to that, we have to come to the number one. What is the first thing that needs to be addressed? Whether it is workload or demands, whatever it needs to be done, what's the first thing first? Because, if we don't get those things sorted first, then that is going to be even more stress upon us if we don't get that first thing. So whatever is, if there's a due date that needs to happen here with something, a project or something, then get it done, But as I said, I find myself listening to music. I find myself listening to, some wonderful inspirational people, and I just let them gabble on in my ears. I don't even listen to them. But the thing is, it's just about changing the frame of your mind and not focusing in on the stress levels of what you're doing. And that's our biggest problem here. And then we might get some people coming in, family or something like that will be, so then that stress level gets even bigger. So that's my number one. I love to listen to music, but not even just because I've got, problematic things, but just if anything is there to do, I just like to listen to something, that's just me. So, as I said, number one, going to the universe and touching base with them and asking them, okay, about the serenity, bringing that serenity, healing, whatever needs to take place, okay. Doing the number two is just, addressing the first thing that needs to be addressed, sometimes the most important thing. And we sometimes don't even know what is the most important thing. And there's another thing where we need to touch base with spirit on, help me find, the clarity to help me, work through the things that need to be done first. They're here to help us on any path that we're on. And so they're here to help us with the struggles. And boy, are they even more excited when you ask them, okay? Because they feel like as though, they're asking us, and we are, so happy to help. And so that's really, really important, is to work with spirit and get them to deal with that. And look, I think what I was going to say there, that's right. I'm just having a connection here, and I just feel also it's really important is that you start something. It doesn't matter what it is. If you feel like as though you've got to start something, just start anything. So if you've got yourself, half a dozen things that need to be done, then start it. Start something. It doesn't matter if you might do a little bit of this and you get sick of it. Well, do something else. Do a little bit of something else and get and let it go and do something else. But just do the thing that's most important. But I also think that try not to stress it about the fact that not all is getting done, but try and work on on getting something done, and then you will see you're getting closer to the finishing line, if that makes some sense. And sometimes, you know, if we're doing study, it may seem like a long finishing line, but, you know, I'm meaning just projects along the way. We just wake up in the morning and we can feel like as though there is just not anything that is going to help us through each and every little project that needs to be done. And, you know, we just have to start it, just begin. And then we will see a massive, massive change, okay, towards the finishing line of something, you know. And I mean, I'm just talking mainly about, you know, your struggles of your life, the things that you do on a daily basis and things like that. And, you know, if I just widen that a little bit, you know, there's some people that do struggle with, you know, family. Oh, big thing, family, isn't it? You know, they struggle with the fact that family are not treating them right, or they may be struggling with their spouse. You know, all I can say is that not anything here on earth will be addressed properly until we address it with spirit first. Okay, and that is a proven fact, because I know this. I have worked with this numerous amount of times, and so it doesn't matter what I do. If I'm having a moment in my life where I feel not anything is working, I always go to my spirit team and I ask them to help me work through it or deal with whatever is needing to be done. And that is the most important thing. And again, just as I said, branching out from family and friends, you know, sometimes we don't have the family that we have really wanted, even though it's been assigned from us from day one before we've come into this to the earth, and it's something we wanted. But when we got here, we had the most extraordinary experiences with our families and our friends as well. And, you know, sometimes it's not always the way we want it to be, and there's nothing we can do about it sometimes, but we can talk to the spirit world. Spirit always works with our problems, always. And what we feel we can work here with, okay, spirit can. And anything we cannot work with here, spirit always can too, you know. So it's really important for us to acknowledge that whatever struggles are going on in our lives, okay, number one, spirit is definitely here to help us. And we need to ask, you know, we need to really ask for all the guidance that we can possibly have. Imagine that they are your parents, you know, but bigger, you know. And if you've had really bad parents, well, then, you know, spirit are your better parents, aren't they? You know, we haven't always been blessed with the most greatest things in life. But remember, they are, especially family, that is anyway, it may not be the best, but, you know, they have taught us to be very good people, haven't they? You know, and same with friends and acquaintances too, and just the people down the street. Everyone can, and how we hold ourselves in our state of being, okay, and how we look upon a situation is really how it's going to pan out for our future too, you know. So, like, sometimes we just have to acknowledge that no matter how hard we try, okay, we may never ever have what we desire. We can work towards it, okay. However, you know, some souls, especially family, are not always the ones that will participate, and they can have certainly areas in their life that will, you know, spirit will need to work with them on. And, you know, I only had a lady the other day that was saying that I want to see my you know, I want to see my son and I cannot see my son, and you know, he has like disowned me, and he's an adult now, and he chooses not to be with me, and you know, that upsets me, and that's a struggle in my life. And all I can say is that, you know, we do come into the world together, but we may not necessarily always go out of the world with them. But, you know, we do leave them when we're here, don't we? And we go to the other side. But what I can say is that when you do go and transition to the other side, you will see all of your family. So it matters not today whether you do or you don't. You will have that amazing reunion when you go back. And I feel that there's a lot of people today who are struggling and learning with abandonment, you know, and rejection. And, you know, abandonment and rejection is the most, they're two very hard lessons to learn. And forgiveness is another one, you know. You really it takes a lot of soul growth to have forgiveness for those on this planet. It really is. But you know, for me, I have forgiveness for a lot of people. I have forgiveness for everyone, I could probably say. And you know, there's probably the odd person that would probably rock my boat a little bit. I would have a look at the situation, see what I've learnt from it, and then I would and just take the amazing lessons from it, and appreciate that whole lesson that I've learnt, and know that it's all to make my my soul grow and make me a better person. And so I think that's a good thing for all of us to do as well. You know, so you know, just getting back to this lady, you know, I just feel we cannot address, you know, our loved ones to come to us by worrying about it or thinking about it or even verbalizing it to someone or writing it or whatever. You know, that is not going to bring you closer to your family. You know, if you are in disconnection with your family, what's going to bring you closer to your family or closer to someone that you particularly like, whether it's a relationship or something like that, is asking the universe, okay, for, you know, to reconnect that energy. So disconnecting the energy that was, okay, and connecting the energy, a new energy that you would like to have with this person, which is your family, okay. And in this case scenario of this lady, it was her son, and you're then growing that new relationship, if you like, with a new energy. Okay, and then what you focus on, what you bring forward with that beautiful love of that new connection to, in that case, your son, you would come closer and closer and closer, and you would think, oh my gosh, I got a phone call from my son. Oh, out of the blue, I got a phone call. Or, you know, oh my gosh, my son come to visit me, you know, and you'd be totally shocked. And look, it may not happen overnight, but we have to start thinking of the positive of it and not the negative of it. Okay, what has happened has happened. We can't change that, but what we can change, okay, is a whole new energy and a new different perspective of how we see, okay, the new connection that we want with someone. Yeah. And I think that really is important. So, you know, I just feel overall, if you're struggling in your life, and you may like to, you know, touch base with me about something, and I haven't touched base with you on that, then drop me a message, and otherwise, you know, that's a little bit just to take on board for you, to just have a think about, you know, because we're always going to be bombarded with some things in our life. Sometimes they all come at once, but, you know, our mind has not been designed to have all this stuff come to us. It hasn't been. So what happens? What happens is neurologically in our mind, okay, our brain goes through a new pathway. It has to. It gets to the point where it can't cope anymore, and bang, it pushes through, and it goes and it helps us go through a new pathway. The pathway might not necessarily be a good one, or it's sort of somewhat good, but some not good. It allows us to have a bit of anxiety and stress upon that, and so every time something comes in, you know, we know to go down that path again in our programming of our mind. So, so, you know, some people like to go and read a book, walk the beach, go into nature, do whatever you feel is right for you. You know, for me, whether I'm stressed or whether I'm not stressed, okay, I listen to music. I love that. And then I could go and read a book. Journaling is the most important one to do as well. Journaling, actually, just before I say journaling, with spirit, when you first touch base with spirit and ask them to help you with this serenity, is also after that is write down all the things that need to be done. That is so powerful, because what happens then is when you get all the stuff that's been up here for probably days or even weeks, you get it all down on paper, then that kind of relieves your mind. It's like, there it is, it's on paper, and I don't need to worry about it now. Okay, and then so what happens is you come back to the paper and you go, okay, these are the things I need to do. And you will begin to start, as I said, start working through those struggles of the things that need to be done, and you'll see a finishing line eventually. Okay, and that's really important. All right, that's so important. And you know, coming back to journaling, journaling is fabulous. It really is. I do journaling myself, you know. I love journaling, and I actually will be having a book out, just a kid's book, but I will be writing some books later too, when I can get through all the little things that are going on in my life. Yeah. So, but, you know, I just feel journaling is really important. It's about getting your feelings down. You know, it's not, yes, it is about letting the spirit world know about your gratitudes, and also letting the spirit world know about how you feel about them, and what you're, you know, proud of, and all those sorts of things. But it's also good to write the things down that you're having struggles with as well. You know, when you put those struggles down, okay, write your feelings down on paper is a very good thing to do. Okay, and as you're beginning to write your struggles, you can then work in with that and start to say, well, how can I work out how to deal with these struggles? And before you know it, the spirit world will be giving you some much needed guidance there to help you with that. Okay, and you may have release, and you may have you know, crying, you may be doing a lot of things, but that's okay. It's great. You know, release is good, but it's most important for whatever struggle you're having in your life, whether it be family, whether it be work, relationships. Oh, it goes on and on and on, doesn't it? You know, of the many struggles that we have. But I just feel journaling is a really good thing, but putting those struggles down and just letting the universe see them, and then start to begin to write down how to get through those struggles, okay? And you'll know the spirit world will be here to help you. Okay, all right, so let's say hello to spirit world trying to come through again. Excuse me for a moment. Now I'm going to say hello to a few people here. Okay. Oh, hello, hello. Okay. Oh, there you all are. Okay, so hi Therese, how are you, darling? I'm just going to bend that down a little bit so I can see your each and every one of you, your messages. Okay, so Therese, look, you know what? I've just seen you saying you're needing some help, darling. So I'm just, and you're the first messages that's just popped up, darling. So I'm going to talk to you there. So what you have is I need help with struggling from spirit side of the life. I'm not quite sure what you're meaning. You're struggling from the spirit side of life. I'm not quite sure what you mean there. If you had given me some other messages, I'm not sure if you're struggling to connect with spirit, or are you struggling with the process of you know, spirit coming to you or something, and you're feeling scared or something like that, Therese. I'm not, can you give me another message on that there? Because I can't really see any other messages there from you, darling. Yes, you're saying, yes, I need struggle. I'm needing help with struggling from spirit. But what, can you be more specific there, darling? Can you be more specific about what you are having struggles with? Is it your development, darling? Is it something else? What is it you're having struggles with? I need to know this, Therese. Okay, so I can help you, darling. Oh gosh, can't find you there, but I'll be looking around there, Therese. I'll be just saying hello to a few people here. Carla. Hi, Gina. Oh no, I think it's Gina, yes. I think it was Tanya. Hi, Tanya. So I haven't been able to. Hi there. Is it? Oh gosh. Oh, Joe. Hi, Joe. How are you? So if you've just missed me talking about struggles and you want to catch me, you can jump on the Spirits Events Directory, okay, talking about struggles. They're in the replay later on. Or you can, you know, you can text me if you like, or you can jump on the link and message me there if you like. Okay, hi Paul, how are you? Nice to have you join me tonight. I'm just going to try and say hello to a few people. I'm trying to see if I can get back to Therese there. She was struggling with spirit. If anyone can give me some connection there about that. I'm just unable to get hold of her there. Okay. Okay, so Paul, you're telling me you struggle to journal and struggle to with past life and hang on. Excuse me for just a moment. I've got my groovy glasses. And limiting beliefs in memory. Well, you know, Paul, you know, that just really comes back to, again, the programming. Everything that you're pretty much talking about there, Paul, is about your programming and how your programming has put you in that state of mind that whatever you feel, you know, you want to do is there's something in your mind, in your programming that says, hey, don't go there, because if you go there, you feel like as though that's taking you through that vulnerable place. And you know what, journaling is a really good thing. It really is. And this is why I say it's journaling is good to put your feelings down. I've got spirit trying to come through again. Excuse me. Goodness. They're not going to come through. They're not coming through. So, you know, Paul, I just want to say to you, if you could work on reprogramming your mind, okay, and in some way there, listening to headphones and reprogramming the mind, you know, you will begin to start working with all those little challenges that you have, that you've been talking about there in your message, with your past life and things like that. So I just do wish you the best there, Paul. But remember, you know, you've got your spirit team here to help you as well. And, you know, they can download things in your mind at night. You know, we think we don't have access to a lot of things, but we do. They can download anything in your mind that if you want them to, you can just ask them before you go to sleep. What would you like from them? What is it that you would like help with? What struggles do you want to get over? And your spirit team will work with you. They will help you. They will download with you. They can do anything. Okay, whatever you can do here, they can do better. Okay, so Paul, I do wish you well there. I really do. And I just feel it takes one day at a time. And sometimes it's also about getting real as well. I know it's hard, and you know, so many times in my life I've had to get real with things, you know, because, you know, if we don't get real in life, what actually happens is we play in the shallows of the water and we don't do anything. Right? Because we're too frightened, if you like, to go into the deep end. And as soon as we go into the deep end, we feel we're going to drown. Yeah? And we won't drown because Spirit has us. Spirit has us, you know. Spirit's here to work with us. Help us in any way. You know, your spirit team, there's probably some counselors in there. Okay, in your spirit team that will help you. But you've got to ask. You've got to ask for the things that you want, Paul. All right, so I will leave that with you, doll. But just remember, okay, you've got to reprogram the mind, and everything else will start to unfold, and you will start taking layers and layers and layers off you, and you will start to see transformations that you will not believe. Okay, I'll leave that with you, Paul, and thank you for visiting me tonight. Okay, all right, let's see how I go. Hi, Belinda, how are you? Nice for you to join me. Okay, so I was still looking for Therese, but I just haven't been able to find you there, Therese, but never mind. We probably will find you eventually because Spirit will make that happen. Yeah? Hi, Sina. How are you? Hi, Sandra. Love hearts. I love your love hearts. And love hearts back at you, darling. Love hearts back at you. So if you just joined me, been talking about struggles, and if you're struggling in your life, then go back to the replay on events, spiritual events directory, and you will see the replay there. All right. Okay. Hello. I think it's, I just don't know why I can't see that very well. Excuse me again. Okay. So I think it is it Anthea. Oh, that's a pretty name, isn't it? So hello, gorgeous. How are you? Okay. Some names just don't sort of seem to be clear for me, you know? Okay. So I think it's time. I think it's time to do some readings or some, if not readings, some some message there to help you with your struggles. Yeah. So either way, okay. M, is that how you would pronounce your name? M. I'm going to hopefully you something. Okay, Em, this is for you, darling. I just want to, I love your hearts too. Lovely hearts. Okay. So Em, I've got cards here, but tonight I'm not working with the cards because I don't use them anyway. But tonight I just want to see what's coming in here for you there, Em. Okay, so they're just going to drop, if there's a card, they'll drop a card down here for you, darling. Okay, they're bringing me the change card. Okay, Em, are you listening, darling? I hope you're still on board. They're bringing me the change card. Okay, change is inevitable, whether you like it or not, yeah? And that could come also with a bit of struggle, yeah? Because, you know, change is also about, yep, they're bringing down another card, which is the death card. Okay, change is also about rebirth. It's about you know, having new beginnings, but that must mean that what do you call it, an ending has to finish. You know what I'm saying there, Em? So for you to think about these changes in that, you have to say to yourself, okay, I'm ready to go with these changes, because they're going to happen anyway. So if you feel they haven't come in just yet, know they're just about to come in very soon, because I see the change card come on down to me, and I also see the other one, which is the death card, coming in for you there, Em. So I feel there's changes where the changes, this is internal changes, but I also feel that this is the internal changes as taking it out to help you with to help you with work prospects, if that makes any sense. If you want to widen that work prospects of what you want to do there, something different, or allowing yourself to change direction in your work relatedness there. So I just feel this is good. I really do feel this is good, but I feel there could be a little bit of struggle with you accepting there's something's coming to an end, though, because, you know, the death card is the end for the beginning to come in. Yeah, makes sense? Okay, I'll leave that with you there, darling. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. All right, let's see who else I have joining me. Okay, is that, oh, Betsy. Hi, Betsy. Hello. Okay. Lovely hearts. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Let's see who else. Hi, Nikki. How are you? Hang on. I think I lost you then. Okay. I'm just getting spirit to stop me where I need to stop. There's so many obvious here. It's incredible. Okay, Nikki. Nikki, are you there? Are you wanting a card? Are you? I'm going to pick you a card. Now, you know I don't need the card, but hey, I just should ask for a card, shouldn't I? But I'll get you a card. I just feel you're a very, Nikki, I feel you're very clairvoyant, darling. You're very clairvoyant. So you visually see things, darling, and I need to show you this card, all right? And I just feel that if you want to work on your clairvoyance there, don't make it happen. Just allow the spirit world to know what you want. Okay, and then after that, they will begin to start opening that area of your third eye more. All right. Okay, sometimes it can take us a little while to open that third eye, but we just need to to acknowledge that we want it, to have it happen. Okay, Nikki, this is for you. Nikki. I think that's been taken off there. Hang on. Lost you there, didn't I? Okay, Renee. Is it Renee? Hello. Okay. Oh, okay, Renee. They have brought, okay, the fear. You can't really see it. Oh, let me bring really close in. Where am I? There it is. It's fear. Can you see that? Two little pussycats, and it's fear. Now, let me just work with that. Okay, so, okay, let's see what they have to say about this. It's like you're going to either embark in something new, or you want to do something new. And to me, it's about taking the step, because they're bringing me another card down here, and it's the Fool card. Okay, so it's like the Fool, the Fool. He wants to, he wants to take the step, but he doesn't know if he should. And so what they're really saying to you is, at the moment, is while you fear, taking that step in your life, and I mean, I have no idea about your life and what you're doing, but I'm just acknowledging you from Spirit's end here, that whatever you're doing or going to do, and you have this fear from this card being drawn out today, there, Nikki, is that you've got to take the step, to bypass the fear. Do you understand? Because the fear is only an emotion, that has been instilled in you, has been instilled in all of us, but has been instilled in you, And so when something quite scary, or something that has, given you reason to go, I feel a bit, anxious about this, then what happens is the fear comes in. But I just feel that, from this end, if you just work on taking a little step towards whatever you feel, is giving you the fear, and anxiety right now, And if you feel it's not right at this place in time, this could be coming up for you. Remember, this is a 12 months here we're giving you. So something that they're giving you today is about you walking through the fear, going through those channels that you need to channel with Spirit on, and get in and do what needs to be done, You're a very strong soul. And I have been feeling the connection of you guys coming in, which has been beautiful. But I feel with you, Nikki, you're a very strong soul, doll. You can do it. I don't think you've seen, I don't think people have seen your full potential just yet. And I would like to see from Spirit's end a bigger area of you, moving past this area that you are at the moment, Trust me, you won't believe yourself when you get there, all right? It's just taking the one step, darling, past the fear. Everything will be all right. And I also feel they're just bringing in here something you've been worrying about as well, Try not to worry about it, The struggles we talked about earlier, hand them over to Spirit. Put it in the Spirit box, Put it in God's box. Whatever. Everything will be all right, I'm going to leave it there, Nikki, and thank you very much for joining me tonight. Okie dokie. That's wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful, Nikki. I just read your message, and you were just saying you just allowed Spirit to come in last year, and fantastic. Fantastic. It's really not hard when we let spirit in, okay? You know, surprisingly, when I have readings with people, you know, possibly probably a quarter of them is skeptics, you know. But look, I feel you've always been wanting to be with spirit and connect with spirit, but you've sort of never known how to. Can I just get that ball rolling with you a bit, Nikki? I'm not sure where you live, darling, but all I can say is join with spiritual groups wherever you can, okay? If you can join with spiritual groups, you know, as many as you can, okay? As many as you can. And even if you find that of one that can be significant to you and maybe stick to that one for a while, then go with it, because I think that the more that you touch base with like-minded people to connect with spirit, the more you will open up in a big deeper way. And look, we're not just opening up to be, you know, doing psychic or to do mediumship, or we're opening ourselves up in the spiritual sector here for spirit to guide us in our lives. How amazing would that be, you know, to have spirit guide us? You know, I can remember a time when I was going over this hill and spirit had asked me to slow down, and I thought, oh, what for? You know, but I listened to spirit. And if I hadn't been connected to spirit, if I wasn't if I wasn't connected and, you know, knowing spirit, then I wouldn't have realized to listen to spirit. But, you know, there was a cow on the road. My goodness, you know. So, and I was doing a fair speed. So I slowed down. I think I was doing 100 and I went down to 80. So, you know what I'm saying? And so everything for the right reasons, and that's why we need spirit. So I'm going to leave that with you, Nikki, but thank you very much for that lovely message, and hope everything goes well with you on that, okay? All right. Okay. Is it, Vivi. Hi, Vivi. Would you like a card, Vivi? Thank you for joining us. Okay, when I'm connecting with you, VV, I'm hearing the song "Sunshine, Lollipops, and Rainbows." So that sounds lovely, because that's a really nice, bubbly song too. So, and you know what I also see around you? I don't know if you're a hippie now or were a hippie in another past life or anything like that, but I see that you have been either a hippie at some stage and a flower power hippie person, even if you're not in this lifetime. But I just feel that it's kind of like when you go into nature and you sit amongst the grass and the flowers and all of that, everything you feel like you're at home with, you know, that you're touching base with Mother Earth, you're touching base with, you know, the universe. Everything is grand, you know. So if you're not getting into Mother Earth at the moment, probably a good idea, because that song's really nice. All right, okay. So this is for you, Vivi. Okay, let's see what they've got here. Okay. Oh, okay. So Vivi, if you can see here, let me go to that side. It's kind of like the opposite, isn't it? Okay. So yeah, you could. I'll take my face off there. There it is. It's wake up and get started. Okay, Vivi. So wake up and get started is what the universe is trying to say to you. Okay, so, yep, I think there at some stage you've been either having not so much rest, but idle stuff. stuff where you might have been busy, but you haven't been doing, enough stuff that is meaningful to you in your soul. Do you know what I mean? So what we want to say here is that a new energy is coming forward for you. I don't know whether it's to push you or whether it's to just guide you along. And in that process, I feel it's kind of going to be like a wham bam, you know what I mean? And it's not too bad, because I feel sometimes the wham bam could be just like a light bulb moment, okay? And those light bulb moments are sometimes the best, because when we get a light bulb moment, it tells us, it's like, oh, spiritual growth, I've had it, lovely. And we can then begin our journey onto something new. So what I feel here with you there, Vivi, is I feel a new change is coming forward with you, darling. I feel this is going to be changing. Of course, it's changing internally, but it's going to be changing your outer world as well. So everything that you've been doing in your life, whether you've been very busy and nothing much has been happening, or you've been busy but just not meaningful, some things are going to come forward for you to shake you, to rattle you. All right. Because they're just showing me a cage up above, and I don't see that's a bad cage. I just see you getting out of the cage. So it's like, they're showing me you getting out of the cage. The cage door is open. They have opened it for you, darling. And it just doesn't mean that you've already been in the cage. It might just mean that you've been, see, Spirit showed me different things, but it's just their way. I feel what you could have been is you're been in your quiet quarters, if you like, your quiet space, your quiet domain. And that's why they're showing me that cage effect. And so that door is open. You're ready to go. Are you ready to go? Are you ready to take on something big in your life? Because if you don't, it's kind of like going to catch you in the storm. Those in the winds and all those bales of hay in the wind. Well, that's what they're showing me at the moment. Is that's just going along the winds there. So it's like you may be caught up in a little bit of that and just thought, well, I've got no choice. I've just got to go. I've just got to go because, and you know what, Spirit have you. Spirit are going to be looking after whatever's taking place here. They're not even showing me or telling me where you're going, what you're doing there. But I just have to reassure you that it is going to be fine. It really is. And, it's really just telling you, coming back to the card, wake up and getting started. You've got to do it. Okay. What this either project or it's like an event of something that needs to take place. Okay. And it's going to happen. And yeah, the cage has come back down again. It's rattling and rattling and rattling, but it's open. You're coming out. Everything's going to be fine. I'm going to leave it there for you, VB. All right, darling, I hope that's given you some insight. And if you're not sure, message me. I can touch base, but that's what they're showing me, darling. I do really feel it's going to be pretty good, okay, because that's the feeling I get from it. All right, okay, I'll leave that with you. All right. Okay, oh, gosh, this time's gone so quick. I can't believe that. I might see if I can do 2 before I leave. Okay. Okay, so who is that? That is Irina. Irina, I hope you're still hanging around, Irina, and you're wanting a card, love. Give me the thumbs up if you're still here. Okay, Irina. That's a pretty name too, isn't it? Irina. Lovely. Just lovely. Okay, we're nearly there. Okay. Oh, okay. So there we go. We're going right up into the thing. There we go. Dreams. And that is for you, Irina. The spirit's wanting to try and get through again. And they're not. Okay. So Irina, dreams. They're talking to you about your sleeping state here, darling. When you have, okay, there's two actually aspects they're talking about here. They're talking about to be listening in your dreams here. Sorry, not listening to your dreams, listening to spirit, okay, about your dreams and where you're wanting to go. Okay, and also about the dreams that you're having and taking notes of some of those dreams. All right, it's really important for you. So first of all, we want to just say, okay, you know, when you're going to sleep at night and you've woken up in the middle of the night and something comes in and you're not sure what you've dreamt about and you think, well, that's not making sense, but put it down if you can on paper or try to remember it for the next morning. Ask spirit to help you remember your dreams. Okay, and you will remember your dreams because they will help you to remember those dreams, and that's what they're there for. Okay, but I also get on the other hand is that you have a goal, you have a purpose in life, you have some major, it's like major event or major thing you want to do in life. And they're just saying you can fulfill your dream. There's no doubt about it. You can. And you might think, well, how can I do that? It's just near impossible. Well, let me just say, by starting one step at a time. You know, one step at a time gets you further than where you were if you started at the starting line. You may not be at the finishing line yet. Okay, and you're not halfway yet, but you're starting at the start. And if you begin to work with your dreams in the way by taking one small step, then what happens there, Irina, okay, is that spirit go, wonderful. Irina is starting to move forward with her dream. And then they start to put things in your journey to help you. So amazing. I know they've done it with me. And so with doing that, then you will take advantage of those opportunities that come on in to help you with your dreams, would you not? Of course you would. And then you begin to go a bit further and a bit further and a bit further and take more steps and more steps and more steps. And before you know it, you're taking that many steps, you can't go back. You can't go back. So what we're saying here with your dream card, okay, is simple. Irina, start following your passion, darling, your dream, whatever that is, just begin to start doing it and try not to have the fear or worrying about what people think of you. Okay, and we can often get like that, what we think what people think of us, and we've just got to get that out of our minds. Okay, if you concentrate and worry about what you're doing, that is the most important thing in life, not about what people think of you. All right, so I really need to start to say today, look at the area of your dream and where you need to go with it. Okay, and in doing that, spirit can be working with you in your dreams. Okay, excuse me, and then with that, they can help you, give you some insights, okay, to help further those dreams some more. Does that make some sense for you? And I just hope that you don't let fear and anxiety get in the way, because it's a silent killer. It really is, and it will kill us all if we let it get in the way. All right, I'll leave that with you there, Irina. Okay. Thank you for joining us. All right, okay. I'm going to give one more. I am running very late. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Let's just see one more. Okay. Belinda Todd. Hi, Belinda. I did say to you hi earlier. Now, I think you asked for a card there. If I quickly have a look. Okay. So this is for you, Belinda. So I hope you're all keeping well tonight. You know, it's cold where I am, but I keep warm to the best that I can. I'm keeping quite well through these winter months, and you know, we do need to keep well, don't we, as best we can. All right. All right, so this is for you, Belinda Todd. Okay, so I have the control card. So let's just see what they have to say about that for you, Belinda. Okay. All right. I feel at times you can be not necessarily controlling. I don't think controlling is is the word I want to say, even though the control card came out. I feel that you are a person who has great compassion for mankind. And I feel that you have a desire to help people. And I also feel that you have the ability to be everyone, be there for everyone when they want you to be. And you certainly are a soul here that people look up to, yeah? And you try to help them as much as you possibly can. But I think Spirit's wanting to bring this attention into your mind here today is to give you the concept of something that you've either been having thought about that you can't change, or something that's been bothering you for a little while, and you're getting some mental activity about it here, where your mind's not been going in the not necessarily right place, but it's just been ongoing, yeah. And so, Belinda, I feel that what they're wanting to say is to step back, just step back from something that may have been, you know, you've been overshadowing in your life at the moment. And what they want to say is we're going to step on in. So something in your life at the moment, which they are not letting me know, okay, I just feel is, and it's none of my business either, but the thing is they're just wanting to let you know is this: if you step back on it, they'll move in, they'll work with it, okay? They don't want you to feel like as though it's all, you know, on your shoulders, all too much for you. All right, so this is, and I don't even know if this is happening right now for you, and if it's not, this could be something, as I said, 12 months is coming. This is a 12-month read here, so this could be something that's coming up that may not be sitting with you right now. But just remember, something in your life, okay, that they are addressing with you is to asking you to step back, okay, and just let go of it. Let go of it, okay? You know, mentally and physically, let go of it, okay? And spiritually, they can come on in. Oops. Sorry. Can come on in and work with it, okay, Belinda? So I'll leave that with you, darling, and I hope all goes well with you there, whatever that incidence is there. And just remember, it's all being looked after, whatever is on your table, okay, so to speak. All right, so thank you everyone who has joined me tonight. Thank you so very much. If you'd like to touch base with me, you can click on the link below to see any all about me and my events and everything like that. I do have some coming up in the future, very soon. I've got to start getting some out, and that's one of my struggles, is getting things out and about. So so I have to get those out as well. And so have a good evening, and I'll see you next Friday night at 6 p.m. Until then, have a great week. Goodbye.